When Ed Freestone took over as Chief Pharmacist at the GHA, he was tasked with saving the authority money. His first move was an overhaul of the prescription program. Though this was met with some resistance at first, he claims the policy has been successful and that it will remain in place.
People need to take responsibility for their own care. One of the problems we were facing was a huge backlog and difficulty in getting appointments in PCC. What we were trying to do was to make it as easy to think about doing it yourself rather than coming to the doctor. And that linked neatly to the prescription charge being lifted. It hadn't been touched for such a long time, over 20 years, so therefore all we did was re-index it back to where it started. But I think what it also did, it made that a choice people could make about, do I queue to go or wait for an appointment or go and do it myself? That made that more balanced, because when the prescription charge was so low, it was much easier for people to say, well, actually I'll save £2.50 because it's going to cost me £2.50 and it's not £5. But when it's £5, many things have dropped below that prescription charge. So I think those two things had to work in hand, and I think that both of those things have worked.
Mr. Freestone was also responsible for stopping lidocaine patch prescriptions. This has saved £200,000. The total amount saved at the GHA with Mr. Freestone's policy is about £1.5 million and counting.
Formulary, bless it, will continue to tighten. So we might have saved £1.5 million this year or reduced our spend by £1.5 million this year. But I think what we have to accept is that there are other things we're working on. So antibiotic stewardship, so making sure we use our antibiotics properly. Those things over time will start to work our way through.
How much do you envisage could be saved at the GHA with more policies put in place?
Probably about 2 to 3 million, so double it basically. But I think there are some other things that we can do, but we need the corporation and the UK government to sort that out.
The outgoing Chief Pharmacist is keen to highlight that this isn't just about reducing costs. It's about redirecting spending to other areas to improve patient care overall. Melanie Gordon is taking on the role and wants to build on the work done.
So the role would be the same as what Ed has currently been doing. Obviously he was here for a short time, so he was more focused on what they told him, which was to save costs. Mine hopefully would be a long-term position, so I'd be focused on saving costs, yes, but also on focusing to improve and better patient care moving forward, with new things coming in from the UK and constantly reviewing our guidelines and policies. I'd like some improvements to be done in hospital. With that money that we save, we could reinvest it in terms of potentially getting more technicians within the pharmacy department, so that the pharmacists, the clinical pharmacists, are freed up and have more time to be on the wards caring for the patients and being able to use the medications that the patients get in the community whilst they're in hospital, hence saving money.
Ms. Gordon says the Chief Pharmacist is also a valuable link between community pharmacists and the GHA. She adds there are still hopes to get pharmacists to prescribe, and that this will form part of plans to reduce pressure on the GHA.